So if you clicked onto this video, I'm assuming you're one of two options. You're either stuck in a 9 to 5 and you're constantly just living for the weekend, can't wait to go out with the boys, and Monday to Friday, you're just simply looking at the time and waiting to clock out. Or option 2 is you understand you want to break out, you understand you want to make money online, and you're trying a bit of this and a bit of that, but it is not working. You have not yet found success yet. And in this video, I wanted to explain to you and give you all the knowledge that I've learned in the last 6 years of going from just living a normal life in a normal council estate, pretty poor in the UK, to being able to live in Dubai in an 8-bedroom mansion and a few supercars, and most importantly, my mother being retired. There's a couple of very, very important lessons that I've learned along this way. And there'll be 4 main pillars that I'll explain within this lesson, and 4th one being one of the main ones, so make sure you stay till the end. So in order to make money online, there is lots of different options, right? You've got things like e-commerce, dropshipping, SMMA, forex trading, and so on. Now, there are certain pros and cons within each one of these methods, and some have advantages, some are a bit easier and quicker to get started, where some are a bit more riskier and require capital to invest. And for me personally, I've tried pretty much all of them. I tried Etsy, I tried to sell iPhone cases online. I've done SMMA for quite some time, which is basically you're running an online marketing agency, and so on and so on. There's this one business model that has absolutely changed everything for me, and I'll talk about that later into the video. But for you personally, I mean, look, you've got to understand what kind of options you have. I mean, if you have loads of money up front, which some of you watching this will, you could potentially look at something like e-commerce, where you buy a bunch of products and then you try and sell them for a markup. Or you could maybe try and learn about trading and crypto. I mean, myself personally, I think it's completely a myth. Nobody knows if it's going to go up or down. But if you do have a load of money, you could start with something like this. For me personally, when I first started, I lived in a council estate and I had about £400 to my name. I was about 17, 18 years old, didn't have any money, didn't really have any skills. And I was just thinking, okay, well, I don't have loads of money to get started with a business. I can't really get a loan or an investment. I mean, I didn't even know anybody in my entire life who had more than £2,000 to their name, right? So I had to try and think, okay, what can I do? What do I have? And what I had was a lot of time. And this is one of the first lessons. If you're new to business and trying to kind of make some money online here, you're always going to either juggle having loads of money but no time, or having loads of time but not as much money, right? And it's always that trade-off. And once you start growing a business and you start having loads of staff members and loads of systems and perhaps multiple businesses, yeah, sure, you're making loads of money, but you're not going to have a load of time. I mean, example for me, myself, to this day, I've been back-to-back on meetings, quickly come up here, recording this video, back, I've got gym training come in, and so on, right? And my day is super, super busy, so I don't have loads of time at the moment, but it's okay because I know I'm making quite a lot of money, and I want to teach you guys how that's done. Now, anyway, what is this one business model that's changed absolutely everything for me? And before I tell you exactly what it is, I need you to understand how and why you should actually consider this. So if you are in the case of exactly what I said earlier, which is you have quite a bit of time on your hands, you come home from university, from work, etc. You've got some time on your hands, and you should use that to your advantage. And what you can do is you can provide a service, you could provide something of your time, you could do something for somebody who's already making money in exchange, of course, for a payment, right? Because what's the alternative? The alternative is you're trying to buy products, aka e-commerce, you're trying to sell them for a markup and blah, blah, blah. If you don't have that, you've got to trade your time. And well, what can we do in order to trade our time to make some more money? And again, there's things such as SMMA, which in 2025, I wouldn't even consider even thinking about. It is way too saturated. I would not even consider it if I was you. That maybe worked 6-7 years ago, but nowadays it's not even an option. So then you got things like web design also, where you're technically providing a service. But again, web design, it requires a lot of high effort skill, but more importantly, it is completely commoditized. And what I mean by that is so many people are doing it and so many people are competing on price. You go on things such as Fiverr.com, which is basically where loads of freelancers are trying to sell their services. I mean, on there, you can get somebody to build a website for you as low as $25, $100. How on earth are you going to compete with that? Somebody in India, to them, $100 is very, very good, and they're happy to build a website for $100. You perhaps in somewhere like USA, UK, and so on, fuck are you going to do with $100? So things like that are not really good. Then you got things like AI, and what are you really going to do with an AI? And you're coding, but coding and software development, that takes loads of skill. Where do you even start with that? It takes years of learning and practice. There is this one specific business model that I've personally been running for the last 4 or 5 years, and it has made me multi-millionaire who's been able to help me retire my mother, travel the world, buy 2 supercars, all the luxury watches and a mansion and everything that I ever wanted. And what is it? Well, it's a little business model called OnlyFans Management. And sure, for a lot of people, they're going to be super conflicted right now. Oh my God, this is crazy. It's devil's work. You shouldn't do it. It's the worst thing in the world. And how are people going to think about it, etc. Look, at the end of the day, is it controversial? Yes. Most importantly, does it make a shit ton of money? Most definitely. My friend, at the end of the day, it's up to you. Whether you want to make money or not, personally, I couldn't give a single fuck. I've made loads of money and I'm here to help loads of people to do exactly the same thing, because I know how shit it felt for me to live in a council estate and my friends saying, hey, do you want to go out for some drinks or go out bowling, etc. And for me to consider whether I wanted to do it, that's not even an option. It's more about, could I afford it or not? And I know that shit feeling because I went through it all my childhood and growing up. So this is one of the easiest and quickest ways to actually replace that and actually, become financially free. And in today's video, let's go through the different topics and different skills and different steps in order to actually find success with it. So I truly believe out of all options and all business models out there right now in 2025, I really do think that OnlyFans management is one of the easiest and quickest ways for you to get started as long as you're 18 and over. Of course, that's the only requirement, but if that's you, then make sure you pay attention for the rest of this video, as it might just possibly change your life for the better. So if I was you, there are 4 pillars that I would start off with, and we're going to go through every single one of them. Now, the first one being is you must understand and learn and train a skill that is actually going to help you find success in pretty much no matter what industry. But since we're talking about OnlyFans management in this specific video, let's go over the skills and tactics that you need to learn in order to find success. So the first thing, and again, this one is universal no matter what industry, no matter what you do in business period, is you must be able to sell. Now, what does selling actually mean? Selling means being able to convince somebody to do something that you want. Now, whether that is a transaction, whether that is a financial amount, or whether that is for somebody to do something that you want, or maybe when you're hiring people, believe it or not, when you're hiring people, you must be able to sell your company and sell the opportunity of why they should work for you. Okay. Now, how do you practice sales? One of the easiest ways is just by simply repetition. The more you do it, the better you get. Similar to when you go to the gym, right? When you start going to the gym for the first time, it might be weak, you might be worried, you might be not so confident, right? Because you're thinking everybody's looking at you. What if you can't lift the weight and so on? But over time, over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of going to the gym consistently, not only do you physically get a lot better, but more importantly, you also become a lot more confident, right? Now, sales is very, very similar. It's over repetitive. Sure, are you going to close all 5 clients within your first 5 sales calls? Fuck no, you probably won't. Hey, I hope you do, but you probably won't. I didn't. I'm no different to you, right? And you have to go into in the right mindset. And that's kind of the second skill that you must understand, is the right mindset into things. Now, when you are thinking about problems and issues and mistakes, don't look at them as something negative. I know most of you guys think that, oh, I failed here. I made a huge mistake. This is so bad. No, it is a very, very, very fucking good thing. And I'll tell you why. Because every single time you make a mistake and you fuck up, you've actually just learned a very, very valuable lesson. Because whatever you've done to do that mistake, you must learn from it and you must understand why it didn't go your way and what you can do differently the next time. And then you adjust, and then you go into the call again, you adjust it slightly, and you get a client. Congratulations, success, contract signed, client gained. And then you got to understand, okay, what did I change? What was different on this call than all my previous ones? And, that's the best way you're going to be able to develop and progress. So number 1 is sales. Second one is your mindset. And then the third one, which is absolutely mandatory, is marketing. No matter what you do in life, no matter what business you have, you must be able to understand the human psychology within marketing. What is marketing? Everything is marketing. And you must be able to gain somebody's attention, grab their attention no matter what they're doing. You must give them a reason to stop scrolling and watch your content, or read your blog, or click on your website and apply and become a client than everybody else out there, right? You must look at everybody else. You must understand your client avatar, their pain points, their desired outcomes, and you must create advertisement and marketing and funnels and websites that fit what they're saying. I'll give you an example, right? Now, we're talking obviously about OnlyFans management. So you must understand, okay, what do these OnlyFans creators look for? What are they struggling with? And what do they want to actually achieve? Okay, so the next pillar number 2, is going to be understanding the bigger picture of your big why, your big reason. For me personally, it was to retire my mother. If my goal and my reason was to just make 5 or 10K a month, do you honestly think I would have got up at 4 in the morning every single day for a straight year in a row? Do you really think I would have gone to the gym, come back home half fucking asleep, open up my laptop and worked for a solid 6 hours, then have a little break, work for another 3-4 hours, go to the gym again, come back, work for another 3-4 hours, and do that repetitively for 1 or 2 years? Like, if your why and if your reason, if your goal isn't big enough, and if it doesn't actually make you feel something deep down here, let me tell you something now, my friend. There's no fucking point of you even trying. So you must understand, what is your actual reason? Don't sit there and be like, oh yeah, I just want a Rolex. I really want that Lamborghini. My friend, yes, it's cool having them. It's fun. Of course, I'm very, very grateful to have these things. But that is not my reason to do these things. I couldn't give a single fuck if I lost all of them today. I swear to you, I couldn't give a single fuck. The main reason for me personally, and it's different to you, by the way, it doesn't have to be the same as mine, but this is what I'm saying to you. You must find, what is that fucking thing that gets you going? What is that thing that when you talk about it and you really think about it, it genuinely fucking makes you emotional, right? What is that thing? And once you understand this thing, you understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture being, hey, look, it might take you 6 months. Probably won't. It might take you 12 months. It probably won't. It might take you 2 to 5 years to achieve this, but that's fine. And it's very, very difficult to actually live it. It's easy for me to sit here and say it and be like, yeah, you need a goal that's going to take you 3 to 5 years to achieve, etc. It's easy to say these things, and it's also very easy for you to watch this video and listen to me saying it. But it's actually very fucking difficult when you're 4 weeks in and it's not going to plan. And you're going on to the 5th week, and your friends, your family, people are saying, look, maybe you should get a job, maybe you should reconsider, maybe you should quit it, maybe you should do this and that. That's when it's really, really difficult. But again, if you understand the bigger picture, you understand the bigger goal that you want to achieve, and if it really means something, it doesn't matter if it's your 6th week or fucking 6th month and you still haven't found huge success. It doesn't matter, because eventually you will. And this leads me on to the next pillar number 3. And how and why can you actually understand, like, is it real? Does it actually work? Or am I just being delusional? Like, it's 6 months, time is passing by, I still haven't found success. At what point do you understand, is it just fugazi for guys, it's delusional, or you should listen to what I just said and you should carry on? And for me personally, it's, has somebody actually done this before? Because if nobody's done it before, it doesn't mean it's impossible. When there was no man on the moon for the first time, a lot of people thought it was impossible. But then it was done once, and it was achieved once, and all of a sudden, okay, no, it's possible. We've done it once, right? I think one of the easiest things to understand whether you should actually pursue this idea, pursue this big dream, and the way to achieve it within this business model, whether you're being delusional or not, is by having a mentor of somebody who has done exactly what you want to do, has achieved similar goals that you want, and is actively doing that same thing that you are currently doing. Let me give you an example, right? And sure, I'll use myself as an example, but you can extrapolate this into any other business model. You can do this with e-commerce, dropshipping, trading, crypto, whatever. You need to find a person who is of similar ways of you. So, if you're in your early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, etc., sure, you can have a 60-year-old mentor. But it's not really going to be the same, because when he was doing e-commerce, or I don't know, probably wasn't doing e-commerce, right? But whenever he was doing his business, it was completely different to where you are right now. 2025, as you can fucking imagine, it's quite a lot different than 1945. There's a lot of differences, right? So you must first of all try and find a mentor who's a lot like you. Then you must understand that he has achieved things that you want, right? What is it? What is your goal? And has this person achieved it? Really look into it and thoroughly. And the third thing, is he or she actively doing that thing, right? Because if they're not doing it anymore, like, yeah, sure, maybe they done it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but if it's not really applicable anymore to today's day and age, then they might be teaching you outdated tactics and tips and tricks that doesn't even work anymore in 2025. So try and find a mentor that is actually doing what you're actively doing. Now, for me personally, I have well over 1,000 people. I mean, in my free community, we're about to have thousands of people in there, where I actually teach them exactly what I do, how I do it, and step by step. I literally have an entire full course that teaches you in like each video is nearly an hour long, and it answers all of your questions on exactly how to get started with this business model that I mentioned earlier, OnlyFans management, how to get your clients, not only your first client, but how to get more clients than you know what to deal with, and then all of the service delivery. Once you've got a client, what the fuck do you actually do? And then how do you actually make thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars every single month? If you're interested in that, there'll be a free community down below as well, and you can check out loads of YouTube videos here. But moving on to the next pillar, that being is you need to take action, my friend. It's all good and well watching my videos, maybe seeing me on Instagram and getting motivated, but it means absolutely nothing if you're not going to put in the hard work. It's the same as you sitting there watching gym videos of other people giving you advice about how to work out and how to get into better shape and so on, but never going to the fucking gym. You're never going to get into shape that way, are you, my friend? So next step is to take action. Now, what I'm about to mention here, the next couple of steps in order to scale your OFM, in my mentorship program and in the free community, I go into all of this and more into so much detail. Everything you would need to know, you can find that down below. But here are the next steps on actually starting and scaling an agency, right? So first things first, you must obviously consider setting it up. So registering a business company, creating a business bank account, thinking of a name, a logo, creating a website. Even with our mentorship program, we give you a website template that saves you loads of time. Then step number 2 is going ahead and starting to do outreach, client acquisition. So now you've got something set up, it's time to actually get your first clients. And believe it or not, within our coaching community, our hundreds and hundreds of people, on average, it takes them just a couple of weeks to get their first client. Unlike things like SMMA, e-commerce, where it takes you months to actually make some money, with us, it's a couple of weeks. So client acquisition, congratulations, you've got a client or two. Then you're going to start actually doing the service delivery, which composes of 2 main pillars. Number 1 is actually sales. So what are you actually selling on the platform itself on OnlyFans? And the other one is marketing. So how do you bring more subscribers in to then sell them something? Okay. Once you understand this, the last part, but for me, most importantly, is the best part, is how do you actually scale it and actually hire people and build this into a company? Because it's all good and well, you're quitting your 9 to 5 and making 5K a month. But if you're still sitting at your laptop 24/7 and you're doing all of the work by yourself, how are you going to even use that 5K on anything? You don't have any time. You're literally sitting there at the laptop doing nothing but work, right? So eventually you're going to hire people to do certain things for you. And before you know it, you've got a small team of about 12 people and everything is running on pretty much passive autopilot, which is incredible work. And you can achieve that as soon as right now. So you need to take action. Go ahead and check out all the links down below and leave a like on this video as well if you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next one.